Good morning. I'm Dr. Michelle Pedicola of Secrets of Life and Death and Second Chance Secrets. And here to remind you to pay attention, to take notice, to stop and be in the moment. That is one of the most important secrets of life and death, and one of the most important secrets of Second Chance Secrets, to live your life fully. And it was a long time ago. Let's see. Oh, you're telling my followers I started. Well, cool. Thank you. So what do I have to say this morning? Well, look around you. What do you notice? So I'm going to share with you what's around me after you've looked around yourself. What do you notice this morning? Hey, good morning. So what do you notice that's around you? What catches your attention? I have to admit that myself, I can pretty much hang out in my head a lot, and I have to really focus to pay attention to things. So I'm asking you to pay attention. So you may notice that there's this building with trees behind me. This is actually a mausoleum. I'm in Sunset Cemetery. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what is here. So you can't even tell. There are actually graves down there. And if you look really far back, you can see the bay. Well, you can't really because it's foggy. It's been so hot these last few days, like in the 90s and 100 degrees. And suddenly the fog came back in. That's what I love about the Bay Area. The fog comes in, and when it comes in, it's like a drink of cold water. So I'm paying attention to that, and I'm saying, wow, I'm so grateful for the cool air, even though I cannot see the Golden Gate Bridge out in the bay. It's okay. It'll clear later. What I'm inviting you to do is to take stock of where you are right now and what's happening. That's the secret of life and death, is to pay attention. And I have to tell you, for a good portion of my life, I was almost 50 years old before I realized how important it is, how important and vital life is, and how precious and short it is. It was right around the time that my parents died, so of course that was not unusual that I woke up. So I guess it's not unusual that I'm sitting here in a cemetery either. It's keeping in touch with how short our lives are and how precious they are. So actually, after my parents died, I made a documentary film series called Secrets of Life and Death. That's where I got the name for my business, Secrets of Life and Death. And I went out and interviewed a lot of people. I got involved in hospice. And then I turned my work to being a life coach. Now, initially I was a grief coach, but now I'm a life coach because I want to invite people motivated like you, I hope you're motivated, to live your purpose. Now, if you're a motivational speaker like I was, yes, I did workshops, I did presentations, hundreds and hundreds of presentations, often charging for them. What I found was that the people, they were inspired, they were intrigued, and then they went home and lived their normal lives. That's when I decided to become a coach. I decided that people needed more interaction. They needed more support than, a 45-minute or 2-hour workshop. And I've continued to speak over the years. That's the way in which I connect with my clients. Now, if you're a motivational speaker, you know what I'm talking about. Live speaking is wonderful. But now we're being asked to move into a new realm. The pandemic has stopped us from speaking in person, in public, because of social distancing. So now we're having to learn a whole new way of doing business. And I would like to invite you. I've got a workshop, webinar coming up next Monday. I have it scheduled right now for 1:30, but if this heat comes back, I may have to do it earlier in the morning, and that's Pacific time. And I will be posting in Instagram But the best way is to go ahead to my Live Your Brilliance trainings. Not live, Share Your Brilliance trainings. I changed the name, but I haven't quite started to remember it yet. But I'm going to do a workshop which is going to talk about, well, some of the pitfalls, some of the enticements out there in the world on the internet for helping you to develop your business online. And so I'm going to go over some of the pitfalls, some of the complications, some of the things that could actually save you a lot of money. My belief is that right now, people need you to show up authentically more than ever. And if you've been a motivational speaker and spoken in front of large rooms, or you're a leader or a change maker and you've spoken in large audiences, you have to put on a different persona than you do on the internet, because in some ways it's more disconnecting because you don't actually have your people in front of you. You can't feel them in the same way. But you actually are having a more intimate contact because they're receiving you on their smartphones or their computers in a one-on-one interaction. Oh, look at all the good mornings. Thank you. Good morning. I can't quite see you because you're on the side. Anyway, let me see if I can say anything else this morning other than pay attention. So last night I decided after, I don't know, a couple of weeks to go back to this drawing book I've been doing, which is about drawing in the moment. You get an assignment and you just do it, and you don't worry about it getting perfect, and you do it in about 3 minutes. Now, if you have ever looked at my website or my blogs, you know that I actually do drawings, mostly animals. And in this assignment, I'm having to draw people. I can't draw arms, I can't draw legs, but I just go with it. And there's something that happens when I do that, when I'm in that moment. Now, what I've also noticed is the assignments are usually asking me to notice how much I don't notice. So here I am in the cemetery. I walk in this cemetery every morning. And most of the time, I'm in my head. Sometimes I walk up this huge hill, and there is a huge hill. I don't know if you can see, it kind of drops down. A huge hill, and sometimes I don't even remember climbing up that hill. This morning I was paying attention. I'm thinking, this is a huge hill. It's a practice to pay attention to what's going on around you. The drawing helps because I suddenly realize how little I pay attention. You know that stuff where they ask people, eyewitnesses, about what happened? Well, honestly, do they really know? Have they even really paid attention? Most of us are so absorbed and wrapped up in our lives that we don't even see the world around us. If it weren't for the fact that I go out and walk every morning and every afternoon, I'd be in front of my computer all the time. And my experience and my reality would be all cyberspace. Scary, isn't it? So I want to leave you this morning with the call to action of paying attention to what's going around you, what's happening around you. What do you see? What do you notice? What's there? Trees, a building. Let me see, what else can I share? Look at that beautiful staircase. And let's see what else. Oh, look at those trees. And that's the street I'm going to be walking on very soon. And what else? See how that hill goes down? Goes down and down and down. I love this because I get to climb a really nice hill. So pay attention. Notice what you notice. And please post on Instagram. And if you want to come to my workshop next week, if this is something that's relevant to you, if you're a motivational speaker, change maker, leader, join me, because I'm going to be sharing some important information about how you can monetize your work, monetize your message, and not get caught in the traps that are happening right now on the internet. Have a lovely day. Enjoy the weather, the fall weather, and that's it. Be brilliant. Bye for now.